We've got a couple of pretty important studies related to COVID-19 to talk about with Dr. Kumar this morning. COVID-19 vaccination is associated with fewer heart attacks, strokes, and cardiovascular among people who were infected with SARS-CoV-2 virus that causes COVID-19. This comes from researchers with the Icahn School of Medicine at Mount Sinai. That's the first study we're going to talk about. Talk about that one.
Yeah, so just published in the American College of Cardiology, the Journal of the American College of Cardiology, and getting presented because February's, Heart Awareness Month, and they're having their gathering this week, and that was presented there. And it's interesting that, there's 1 million Americans died, but there's tens of millions of Americans that have been infected with COVID-2, the pandemic, the virus that caused the pandemic. And, because heart attacks and strokes are so common, we have enough data to see what the implications are of infection on these events and vaccination on these events. And in this study, they had, a long-range study, all the studies that since the pandemic started, it shows that there's enough events in people that get infected, that getting infected with COVID is an independent risk factor for having an event. An event means a heart attack or a stroke. And it looks like those people that were vaccinated against COVID, that even, of course, the vaccine is not 100% protective. You can get vaccinated, still get infected. Yeah. And those people that were vaccinated, that got infected, were less likely to have a heart attack or stroke than those people who were not vaccinated and got infected. So it has big implications. We don't know exactly the mechanism of the protection. One could assume that it was the severity of the infection that led to the heart attack or stroke than those people that were at risk, and that perhaps the vaccine tempers and attenuates the severity of the infection, and maybe that's why they don't get a heart attack.
Interesting. Well, let's talk about the second one. Everybody's been saying this really the whole time. If you get COVID, is that good protection in of itself for a while? And there's a new study about that.
Yeah, that is one of the major questions of the pandemic. Like, now I got COVID, am I protected, right? And, we used to say, we don't know. Yeah. And, when they used to call up and say, I got infected, do I still need to get the vaccine? I would go, yeah. We don't have any information that you don't need to get the vaccine. So this is good data. I would change my answer now. The answer would be no. So they did about 62 retrospective studies published in The Lancet, the Journal of the British Medical Society, which is a very credible journal. And they looked long-term at all the studies published about people that have been infected with COVID-19. And it looks like that there is protection, and that protection from a recent infection can last as long as 40 weeks. The Omicron variant, the most pervasive variant now, in the last kind of surge to occur, the immunity that's conferred with that infection is less than the others, and it lasts less long. But with any kind of infection, there's a period of time that your body develops an immune response, and it's much like being vaccinated.
Great info all around. That's good news. Yep. Well, if you've got a question for Dr. Kumar, email us at askdrkumar@gmail.com, and you can check out his website, drkumar.com.